Hi, my YouTube family. It's so good to see you all tonight. I know I can't physically see you, but I can feel your presence. And somehow tonight, I've been stressing today of how I'm going to get a video done because I really want to put one out every day for until I get to my 30 days of purpose. And somehow, my daughter is at youth group. My son's at his girlfriend's house. I have the house to myself. This never happens. It's usually one or the other child is home, or my older daughter who doesn't live here is calling me. So, but my cat and my dog they're kind of acting crazy. So hopefully we'll be able to get this done either way. There's always something going on here. Is y'all's house like that too? There's just always something going on. And today's been one of those non-stop days. And I can tell you too, I'm trying to find my purpose, just like some of you are as well. Oh, I forgot to put my earrings on. But anyway, I'm trying to find my purpose just like you all are. I took my earrings off earlier because I was on the phone and they were getting in my way when I was talking to my aunt. So I've got something. I'm trying to become an entrepreneur, and my this can actually be something that I can do along with my job if I go back to it. So it's something that I'm kind of trying out and seeing how it goes. And so yesterday, I don't know why I got out of breath because I put my earrings on, but yesterday I got paid. And so of course, what I really try to do is I try to tithe and pay my bills when I get paid, because if I don't, then it kind of just creates a domino effect, and it's tough. So yesterday when I was tithing, I was and I'm sharing this with you all because I just want you all to try it if you're not already. It might give you hope to try it or whatever. So yesterday I decided to tithe, and I'm in transition, as you all know. And so the good Lord told me to tithe more than what I was capable of, which I normally do, but this was even a step higher than that. And so I kind of went back and forth with the Lord and was like, I'm scared. How am I going to do that? I don't know. And, this is what you need to do. And I'm going, oh, but it scares me, Lord. I don't know if I can do this, as I'm trying to put it in the computer. And so I did what the Lord told me to do. And with this, with me trying to go into the realm of entrepreneurship, the Lord has really, really blessed me today. And I know it's God, because these are blessings that I'm receiving that I know because I was faithful to Him. And so He's going to give me ways to get through the whole month until I get paid again. And so I'm just so thankful for that. I'm having a really, really nice evening because of that. And I also felt the enemy trying to make my head big, like it was me that is making this happen. But it's not. It is all God. And it's all because I was obedient and listened to Him. And it has nothing to do with me. So I said, Lord, the enemy's trying to get me to go here. And you just humble me, Lord, and bring me back in. And He did, because I know it's not me. I know it's just God at work. And so it's been a really good day. It's been a busy day, a crazy day, but a good day. And I'm glad that I'm able to share with you all, and maybe it gives you a little bit of hope as well. Okay, so what we're going to dive into is this book right here, From Pride to Humility. This book is very special to me. I go on Amazon and I order about 10, every now and again, because I usually try to either give them out or give them away, or I write in them. So these are actually on Amazon. It's From Pride to Humility by Stuart Scott. and they're not expensive. And this is called A Biblical Perspective. And I had no idea until I learned this that how big pride is and how big humility is as well, and how important those two things are. And once I learned it, let's see, I want to say it was 10 years ago is when I learned this perspective. And as soon as I learned it, I wanted to share it. So I did some Bible studies at church that kind of dove into this. I did some Bible studies at my workplace based on this, because it's just things that you don't think about or hear about, and it's very life-changing. And as soon as I heard it, I wanted to share it because it had such a big impact, a positive impact on my life. So of course, I want to share it with you all too. And hopefully I can get it out to more people this way. I guess I've gotten enough views now that I'm kind of getting to where I'm almost an influencer. So that makes me very happy that, and you know, once again, that's not me, that's God. I'm not going to get a big head about that by any means. And I'm not, you know, there's some people that are on YouTube that if they have the views that I have, they would probably cry because they it would be bad for them. But I'm extremely happy about it, and I'm just very thankful and just very grateful that people are listening and hearing God's word through what he tells me and what I share. So from pride to humility. Also something else I wanted to share is I did a lot of marriage Bible study classes at church too, because this has a lot to do with married couples, not just, it is, of course, it's all about you and your individuality with this. It's a spiritual thing, but it's also very important if you're married too. But it's kind of comical now because now I'm divorced. But anyway, it's still good stuff. And, so this is from pride to humility. We're going to do pride first because I related to that one the best in the first beginning stages when I was learning it. And then we'll also talk about humility. We're not going to do it all tonight. I'm going to do a little bit tonight, a little bit for tomorrow's video, and then I'll kind of do some other things because, like I said, God's already got a menu written out, so I'm going to stick to it. And then I will come back to this. So I'm going to share a little bit with you tonight, and I hope it'll impact you in a very positive way. So, like I said, there's all types of pages in this book, but I'm just kind of giving you a little... not a bird's eye view, but a snapshot of this. But if you really want to know it and really want to apply it to your life, then I would suggest that you order the book. There's at the beginning of it, there's a little quiz where you can rate yourself and see how prideful you are. And so the Bible verse that I hear in my head all the time, especially when I'm in a situation where it's difficult to exhibit humility and I want to exhibit pride, I just always remember that God does not bless pride. He never blesses pride. So if you do something that is prideful, he is not going to bless it, right? So you have to know what that is to kind of implement that into your life. So we're going to talk about the first 3 manifestations of pride tonight. And there are actually 30. I couldn't remember if it was 30 or 32 the other day. There's 30 manifestations of pride. All right. So it says manifestations of pride. As we have said, pride is blinding. The fact is why it is often difficult to see pride in ourselves, and yet so easy to see it in others. Here is a simple list of pride manifestations that can easily clear away the smoke of self-righteousness. So the first one is the first manifestation of pride is complaining against or passing judgment on God. A proud person in a difficult situation thinks, look what God has done to me after all I've done for him. So there's more about this in Numbers 14, 1 through 4. And there's more about this in the Bible in Romans 9, verse 20, if you want to read a little bit more about that. So it's kind of like, and I guess this is maturity in Christianity, because I know, like, when I was younger, when things would happen to me, I would look at it as more as kind of like this, as a pride, like, why is this happening to me? I try to be a good person. I try to be kind. But now, the way that I look at it is, whatever happens is going to make me stronger. It's going to make me better. It's going to put me to where I need to be. Okay. So I try not to say, why is God doing this to me? Or, what have I done to deserve this? I try to, like someone has said, there are no failures in life, right? Every situation you have where you failed, it's an opportunity for you to learn from. And it's going to be that opportunity to take you to where you need to go. So there's no way that you can fail. Okay, that's kind of the mindset of not having pride and being humble. Failure is when you keep repeating the same mistake over and over and over again. That's failure. But if you are taking a mistake and you're learning from it and you failed at it and you're like, okay, I'm going to use this to get me to the next level, then, that's kind of how the perspective that you look at, instead of, why is this happening to me? So everything's going to make you stronger and get you ready for that level you want to be at. All right, so that was number 1, complaining against or passing judgment on God, because God knows more than what we know. And so we have to trust him and we can't question him. And if you do, ask for forgiveness, because it's a pride. A lack of gratitude in general is number 2. Proud people usually think they deserve what is good. The result is they see no reason to be thankful for what they receive. As a matter of fact, they may even complain because they think that they deserve better. They tend to be critical, complaining, and discontent. The proud person is not in the practice of being thankful toward God or others. And you can read more about this manifestation in 2 Chronicles 32, verse 25. Okay, so a lack of gratitude, thinking you're always deserving better. So I think of an example of maybe a husband has gone out and put gas in his wife's car. He drove it. He noticed it was low, so he went and put gas in the car and brought it back. And maybe the wife gets in the car and doesn't even acknowledge it because she feels like she deserves it. And you do deserve it, right? That's how husbands and wives should treat each other, or a husband should treat his wife. But the fact that you don't acknowledge it and you just get in the car and you're like, yeah, he did that, but that's what he's supposed to do, is prideful. And that's not going to be blessed. But if she calls, her husband and is like, hey, I noticed you put gas in my car. Like, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And, that's exhibits humility, and that's going to get you a lot further in your relationship with your spouse. And, I'm divorced, so I can't really say. That's just what came to mind. Okay, so the first pride is complaining against or passing judgment on God. The second one is a lack of gratitude in general. So did you know that it's prideful to not be a grateful person? All right, well, it is. That's what it says. All right, number 3. Now, this one's a little bit more obvious. Anger. A proud person is often an angry person. One's anger can include outbursts of anger, withdrawing, pouting, or frustrating Pouting is a sign of pride. Or frustration. An angry look has been called silent murder. A person most often becomes angry because his rights or expectations are not being met. Matthew 20, verses 1 through 16. Another word for anger is moody. So a person that's kind of moody, like, that can mean anger as well. So a proud person is angry. Okay. So, I guess kind of not necessarily haughty eyes. That's something different, but that's what came to mind because it said an angry look has been called silent murder. So, sometimes people can give you a look that you're just like, oh, that's not good. But anger is a sign of pride. It's a self-righteous feeling. And let me say this. There is righteous anger. Okay? There is righteous anger. Righteous anger is if I'm in my house right now, right? And someone comes into my house and they're trying to break into my house, right? They're on my property without permission. They're breaking into my door and they're trying to come in here and hurt me or hurt something or do something bad. Okay, it's okay for me to be angry in that situation. Just like when Jesus went to the temple and they had turned it into where they had tables set up and they were selling things and they were selling trinkets and doing sinful things. And Jesus went and turned the tables over. Okay, he had a right to do that because that's basically like someone breaking into your house. They had taken a place that was holy and made it a place of sin. And so there are times where it is okay to be angry, but not what this is describing. Okay, so number 3, anger is a source of pride. So, and remember, these are things that are just never blessed. So it just gives you a mindset. So number 1, complaining against or passing judgment on God. Number 2, a lack of gratitude in general. Number 3 is anger. I got to watch the time because I got to go pick my daughter up soon. Number 3 is anger. Number 4, seeing yourself as better than others. A proud person is usually on top, looking down on others. He or she gets easily disgusted and has little tolerances for differences. Okay, so Luke 7:36-50 discusses this pride. I guess I look at this, I don't know if people see it as this or not, but I look at it as narrow-mindedness, where people can't think out of the realm or outside of their mindset. So, that is definitely a form of pride. Seeing yourself as better than others. And if you have a problem with a certain, with people that are different than you, then that just says that you feel like you're better than they are. And that is a huge form of pride, of being closed-minded, narrow-minded, and not being open to all different types of things in life. There's all different types of people. And we need to be open and understanding. That's humility, right? And not have pride where it's kind of like you have to teach everybody how to live and how to be because you have the answer to everything. Okay, so number 1, complaining against or passing judgment on God. Number 2, a lack of gratitude in general. Number 3, manifestation of pride is anger. Number 4, manifestation of pride is seeing yourself better than others. Okay, I hope these spoke to you. And I'm in a huge hurry tonight. I'm sorry, there's a lot going on. And so, but I hope this spoke to you. And if you're struggling with one of these prides, then I would really look into it and think about it and pray about it and ask people, hey, I think I do this. Do you see me doing this sometimes? People who give you good advice, your cheerleaders. Talk to your cheerleaders and see what they say. Okay, so I'm going to get off of here for now. And I just want to say thank you for being here with me. Thank you for talking and diving into pride with me. And I will be back tomorrow with some more manifestations of pride. So please remember, I'm telling you what, I have got to get my cup out of the other room. There's just been so much going on. Let's just take my little tree. My tree's got a heart up on it. Stir up love today. There's enough hate. You be the one to stir up love. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.